Horse Tarot. I am here with your mid-month update for the month of August 2018. I have already posted your monthly readings, and I apologize again for being so late to get yours out. So I definitely wanted to make sure I made you guys one of the first signs that I did for the mid-month updates. But if you have not watched that reading, it is up. If you want to go ahead and check that out, it covers the entire month of August. And especially if you watch this reading and nothing resonates with you, definitely watching the August reading and also checking out your moon sign and rising signs and the readings for those might help give you a clearer picture of what you guys are dealing with. I did also want to take a moment to thank all of you guys who have watched my videos, given me thumbs up, left comments, subscribed to my channel. I'm very, very appreciative of you all, and I'm really trying to get this channel off the ground, and you guys have definitely helped to encourage me to keep up with the readings and keep plugging away. So without any further ado, I will go ahead and get started on your mid-month update. And I kind of interpret this spread in the fashion of a Lenormand 5-card spread, if any of you guys are familiar with that. But mostly this is a lot more chaotic and all over the place than my monthly readings, which are a little bit more methodical. So I'm just gonna go ahead and see what messages come in for you guys. But overall, I'm actually really, really excited for your reading. I think there's a lot of great energy here. Front and center, we have the World, and it is in the upright. And so a lot of you guys in these next couple of weeks, some of you guys even to the end of the year, are going to be wrapping up a major life cycle in your lives. You've reached that point of culmination, like you guys are there. Some of you guys might be waiting. We do have the 7 of Pentacles here for our overall energy, so there might be some more work to do. The number 7 could be relevant to you guys because we do have 2 7s. So maybe it'll take you guys another 7 weeks to wrap things up. It's just going to depend on what in your lives in particular is being brought to that point of culmination. So I'm really happy to see that, because I think you guys are about to move forward into something brand new that's going to be a really good change of pace for you guys. We do have the Page of Wands here in reverse, so this could be a person. If so, they'd probably be younger to you. They could potentially be a fire sign, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. And the fire signs for your reference are Aries, Leo, and Sag. Even though they are in the reverse, I don't necessarily think that this person would be a bad person. They may just be a little bit immature, a little bit hot-headed. They let their emotions get the best of them sometimes, in that if somebody makes them mad, maybe they come out and blurt something out in a really kind of, short-fused kind of way. So if that's the case, then, maybe you do need to watch out for that. But all in all, I don't think that they're necessarily negative if that is a person. A lot of times with the pages, just because you are dealing with that kind of immature stage, a little bit of that's to be expected. For others of you guys, it's not going to be a person, it's just going to be an energy. Maybe there have been some delays in terms of starting something new, especially on a, creative front. Maybe you guys are finding it hard to motivate yourselves. You're trying to get started in something that you're really passionate about, but there may be delays. You might have to wrap things up first in order to flip this card around and really begin to start off on your new path. Sometimes the pages in reverse, they're all about messages and news coming in. So maybe some of you guys have gotten some bad news, but honestly, I don't really think that's going to be the case for a lot of you guys. Even though this Page of Swords is right next to it in the reverse, I don't see this as overall negative energy, just because I like the second half of this spread a lot. When I do clarify this with the mirroring method, we have the 7 of Wands. So maybe you're in a situation where there's some sort of contention or conflict. There may be words that are being said, and you've found that you have to really defend yourselves and constantly stand your ground. And maybe that is a bit exhausting for some of you guys on a physical level. Like, you're tired of having to deal with battling people all the time. You know, you're done fighting, you're ready to take off into that Eight of Wands and just move on to something new. So that may be relevant for some of you guys, but again, I'm not really getting any sort of negative feelings with that particular card. Next to it, we do have the Page of Swords in reverse, which again could be delays in terms of communications. Maybe you guys have been waiting on some sort of legal documents. For instance, say you want to leave your job, you have to go ahead and put in your 2 weeks notice and wait for your notice to expire before you're able to actually wrap things up. Maybe you guys are trying to sell your homes and you're waiting on paperwork, or, you know, waiting for divorce paperwork to come in. Whatever the situation may be, there may just be some delays there in receiving some sort of communication. And usually with the Page of Swords, it's going to be something on on a legal front. You know, I largely get legalities with that card. So if that's relevant to you, you're going to know because you've already probably put the paperwork in, or you've been waiting on the paperwork for a while and it's just taking its sweet old time to get to you guys. This could be a person just like the Page of Wands. If so, again, they would likely be younger to you. They could be male or female, and they would likely be an air sign, sun, moon, or rising. And the air signs for your reference are Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So if you are dealing with a person, again, maybe they can be a little bit on the bratty side, especially if you look at this guy's face in the card. He does kind of look like a spoiled brat. He looks kind of pompous and arrogant. So maybe this person has the propensity to act like that sometimes if they don't get their way. When I do mirror it, it comes to the Page of Cups in the upright. So maybe they're that kind of person who will say something that is a bit hurtful or a bit blunt, and then they immediately follow that up with some sort of emotional apology, like, you know, I don't know, if there's somebody who doesn't like to be backed into a corner, and then they realize that they said something they can't take back, and then they try to come back to you and apologize. They could be that kind of person as well. Again, not necessarily negative, as long as you're not putting yourselves in a situation where, you know, you're in a toxic relationship or friendship or work partnership, and you're constantly having to deal with one of these two people treating you like you're lesser. And if that's the case, then you guys are definitely better off wrapping things up with these people and moving on. But for a lot of you guys, it's just going to be delays getting started on a new path. But we have a lot of pages here. One is in the upright and you have two in reverse. So there's definitely something new coming in, especially with the world here and culminating this major life cycle. I just think for some of you guys, it's going to be an issue of, you know, time and delays and waiting. So you're going to be working at different paces. This definitely isn't all going to be wrapped up for all of you by the end of August. But, you know, we do have the Page of Cups here in the upright. Again, this could be another person younger to you, male or female. They would likely be a water sign, sun, moon, or rising. And the water signs for your reference are Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So this could be another water sign. This could even be your energy. So, you know, maybe if you have had these people in your lives, you leave things behind and you go off into something new, like you're ready to go. You know, you're looking, when I put you guys down here in the upright, looking off here in this new direction, everybody else is behind you. You know, your back is to them. So that could be the case, moving on from people whose energy is just kind of draining you, wearing you down, and you're done with them. Again, if you guys are dealing with delays, I do think that that's going to resolve itself. Just give it some time, because once we hit this world, we do have that Page of Cups in the upright, which, you know, doesn't have to be your energy. It could just be energetically what's going on. Like maybe an offer comes in, maybe somebody comes to you and kind of makes an emotional offering, like it could be a marriage proposal or whatever, and you've been waiting for some things to wrap up so that you could hop into this marriage. I don't really know how that's going to play out for all of you guys, but I am encouraged by the fact that the second half of the reading has this page in the upright. So once you do wrap up this cycle, you guys are going to be starting on a new path, and I think it's going to be a path that's going to be ultimately more emotionally fulfilling for you guys, which is going to be really, really great. I definitely like that energy associated with that. It's a lot lighter. You know, I mean, I don't know, I'm just so excited for you guys. I think that once everything culminates, it's really going to start to fall into place. We end the reading with the Seven of Wands. It is in the upright, and sometimes I don't really like the energy of this card because it's like this person is constantly feeling the need to defend themselves. They're always having to fight people off. They, you know, may feel like people are conspiring against them, that everything is working against them, and that they're having to do everything they can just to keep themselves upright on their own 2 feet without being overcome by all of these people you can see here in the bottom of the card that are trying to, you know, beat them down. But for you guys, I think it's really just an emphasis of standing your ground. You know, if you have a cause that you support, standing up for that cause, really supporting what you believe in. Maybe there have been people in your past who have told you that you can't do something, naysayers, you know, that kind of toxic energy, just people trying to drag you down because misery loves company. But the cards are encouraging you that no matter what other people say, you know, you do have this World card here. This is the universe working in your favor to get you guys on a path that's going to be better for you. And just hang in there. You know, if you are dealing with delays, don't let it deter you or discourage you. Stand your ground, and if you're trying to move into something that better aligns with, you know, what you believe in, what your true passions are, something that's going to be emotionally fulfilling for you, and other people aren't necessarily supportive of that, then just make sure that you don't let the negative comments and the lack of support get to you. Stand your ground and hold firm, because after the Seven of Wands, you have that Eight of Wands, and you're going to be able to take off into something that is going to be really, really new and exciting for you guys. So again, just going back to the Seven of Pentacles here being our overall energy, some of you guys may have to wait for this cycle to wrap up, for some of these delays to be resolved. And again, the number 7 may be important in terms of maybe like 7 weeks out for you guys to really finish things. But you guys have definitely been putting in the work. You know, you're just waiting to see kind of the fruits of your labor and harvest what you have sown. You know, really being able to take all of the work that you've put into something and move forward with that into something new. I do have a Lenormand card here above your reading, just to kind of give you guys a little bit more information regarding this, what this could be about. And you guys got the Lily, which can mean several things. It can mean, it could be a person, and if it is a person, this is usually going to be an older male, and by older, I mean significantly older, either to you or just an old person in general. If it is a person, and for most of you guys, I don't think that's going to be the case. You know, just be careful again that they're not this kind of individual over here with these pages. You know, even though the pages are younger, maybe this person is older but doesn't really act like it, and they're a bit immature. For others of you, if it is a person, it could even be your own energy, especially if you are older and you guys are trying to wrap something up in your lives. For most of you, that could be a job, because the Lily can also represent retirement. So maybe some of you guys are just waiting to retire from a position and, you know, move on into something where you're going to be able to focus more on yourselves and things that you feel a lot more excited about on an emotional level. So if this is a person, that could be relevant to you. Like I said, again, it could be about retirement. So maybe some of you guys are retiring from something, but also in general, the Lily can be about peace, calmness. And I really like that energy, because I think that whatever you guys are waiting to wrap up and whatever you guys are going to be moving into is going to be something that brings you a lot of peace on, you know, a spiritual and an emotional level. And I think if you guys have been dealing with situations where there have been some toxic people or maybe some chaos, that you are ready to just be in a position where you can kind of relax and not have to deal with people and their nonsense, you know, listen to people and their negative comments, having to always fight people off and defend yourselves. And so I think that whatever you're going to be moving into, as long as you don't give up prematurely and stand your ground throughout the transition, is going to bring you a lot more peace. And so I'm really, really excited to see that for you guys. This card, in terms of timing, can also represent some delays. It's associated with being a kind of a slow card. So again, going back to our reversed pages and our Seven of Pentacles, there may be some delays to wrapping up this cycle, but the world is here in the upright. So you guys definitely are going to reach that point of culmination. Probably in the next few weeks. Some of you guys, it may take up through December to really wrap things up. So do keep that in mind in terms of a timeline. So, you know, overall, I actually really, really like the energy, and I tried to throw out as many things as possible to see if any of that stuck to something that you guys might be going through. So hopefully some of the messages resonated with you. If so, please do let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, drop them down there as well, and I will make sure to respond to you. If you like the video, again, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, sharing the video, subscribing to my channel. I do plan on posting more readings for you guys, trying to get into doing weeklies and love and romance readings. You know, whatever the demand is for, I will try to accommodate for you guys. So overall, Scorpio, I am really, really excited by the energy that I'm seeing here. So I do hope that this resonates with a lot of you guys. Just hang in there, especially if you're experiencing those delays. You're gonna get there, I promise, and you guys are gonna be so much happier, emotionally fulfilled, and you know, peaceful because of it. So I hope that resonated with you guys, and I will see you in a couple more weeks with your September monthly readings.